So we're gonna do a little bit of preliminaries and then just go straight to the meditation. So, sit down on your meditation cushion, your chair. Move yourself around until you feel really comfortable. Clear your throat, and if you need to, close your nose. Get all the noise making out of the way. Sit up straight, part your hands on your thighs. Touch the thumb and first finger together if you like. From here on, keep the hands loose and relaxed, and don't move anything at all. You have fallen asleep, and you start to dream. You wake up from your dream and see a yellow door in the wall at the foot of your bed. You get out of bed, put on your bathrobe, and walk to the yellow door. You're not worried about what is in the other side of the door. You are curious because you have had similar dreams before. You open the door, which swings to the left into the room, and step into a dimly lit room. As you shut the door, the lights turn on, revealing a room full of mirrors. The walls and ceiling are covered with mirrors. The mirrors that are parallel to each other across the room do that infinite reflection trick. You realize the dim light and the bright lighting represent your growing knowledge of how things work and why they are coming to you in the way they are. You realize the mirrors represent your understanding that everything around you is a reflection of your deeds, good and bad. Your slightest movement is magnified by the presence of all mirrors, exemplifying the idea that the power of karma increases every 24 hours. Now you realize with greater understanding the power of extending this knowledge to how you treat others. Knowing this and being tired of the world as you see it, you realize that by keeping your commitments, avoiding the non-virtues and keeping the virtues, you can change your world into something really nice. But it will take work on your part, and you're committed to do it. The room is full of delicate glass figures, and you move through carefully as you make it across to the other side of the room. The delicate figures represent how one must behave carefully and truthfully, just as you need to be careful waving your way past the delicate objects, too diligently, keeping your actions, knowing that this is how to get out of samsara. Now you come to another door. At the far side of the mirror room, it is blue and has a brass doorknob. You open the door to the left and step into a softly lit and again somehow dim, not to the point of discomfort, hexagonal-shaped room, much larger than the mirror room. You first go to the middle of the room where there is an incense holder. On top of it, a small wrought iron stand. The incense holder is shiny brass with several sticks of your favorite incense in it. You pick up the lighter next to the incense holder, and after several tries, it lights, and you can light the incense. You make sure the incense is burning nicely and watch as the smoke swirls up, permeating the room. The smoke represents how keeping your commitment permeates your life, and the sweet scent represents how they are a wonderful opportunity to help generate the merit necessary to become totally enlightened. You see how really strange it would be to reach your own enlightenment while leaving everyone else in the world behind. You retrace your steps to the entrance, to the hexagonal room, and turn around. On your left, as you face the incense burner, in the same wall as the door you came through. There is a niche in the wall with a present in it. The gift is a beautiful wrapped in iridescent paper with a red bow on it. You open the gift very carefully, untie the bow, and find 4 different objects that represent the 4 kinds of giving. Material: a 100 bill, protection, the deed to a small house, representing having a safe place to sleep, nourishing food to eat, and safe water to drink. Love and compassion: a valentine with a picture of workers at a soup kitchen, and a book, which can be the Dharma or any other teaching that you love. This represents the perfection of giving. Now you turn to your right, and in the opposite wall, there's a niche in it, with a bonsai tree. The roots exposed on the rocks, the trunk and the leaves represent the 3 kinds of knowledge. You see how each is necessary for the other to flourish. This represents the perfection of morality. You turn back to the middle of the room, where the sides of the room are parallel. Walking through the stand, with the incense to the left wall, and you see a niche, large enough to step into, with a small pool of water, very still, bordered by green moss. Next to it is a small log with bones on it. You sit down for a moment and reflect to keep your mind as still as a pool of water. That means that you cannot get angry, and that you should just be like a bomb on a log, not reacting. You realize you do this out of wisdom, understanding the result of ignorant liking and ignorant disliking, which is suffering. This represents the perfection of patience. You step out of this niche and go around the stand with the incense. Cross to the other side of the room and find a niche with a window looking out on a playground where you can see children playing. You hear the joyous, innocent laughter of the children, just enjoying themselves, totally involved in what they are doing. This represents the perfection of joyous effort, having a good time while you practice wisdom. You have 2 sides of the room left, and as you turn from the wall with the playground, you cross to the left side again. You see another niche with a microscope. On the stage of the microscope is a very small label which you cannot read. You go to the microscope and focus to the object on the stage and see that the label reads, "Use me at least 1 hour a day." This represents the perfection of concentration. Finally, you cross the room to the last wall, and in the niche, you find a very small diamond. You return to the microscope, pick it up, take it over the small diamond, which represents emptiness. Place it on the microscope stage. Focus the microscope and see a perfect, flawless diamond. It shines and fills your field of view, and your breath is taken away. This represents the direct perception of emptiness, the perfection of wisdom. Return 1 more time and look back at the room. You look up at the ceiling, which is of a dome shape connecting the 6 perfection panels, and you see rows of writing in gold letters that have side glow to them. They represent your commitments and your growing understanding. You realize that you did not see the letters when you first entered the room, but now they draw your attention, and you realize that the significance of your spiritual teachings. You reflect again how these are the key steps to proceeding on your path to perfect wisdom and perfect compassion.